Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Good to have you. Thank you for joining me for another stream. I'm glad to be here. It's been a little bit since we got to do Kenshi because I had life things taking me away from it on previous weekends, but we are back. I'm excited to jump back into the game and try to remember where we were and what we were doing. Hello, Rain. Congrats on being the first redeemed today. And Borealis, thanks for joining us. And everybody in general, thanks for being here. Yeah, we're going back to Kenshi today. Little bit of news. If you are not fully caught up with the Kenshi playthrough and you've just joined us where we are now, I just today put out another episode of the abridged series. So we are now up to, it's part 6, but stream 7. So you can now see the first 6 parts broken down into like hour-long chunks instead of having to watch those 6 5-hour streams. And I hope to be bringing more of that your way. We do have more stuff coming along on the YouTube as well. Some of the games that we played for Variety Day yesterday, I think I'm going to edit those down and post them to the YouTube. I've got a pretty fun one, a little feature about Morrowind. That'll be a short one, but I think a fun nostalgic look back. So we've got some interesting things coming up on the YouTube. But today we are here to get back into our Kenshi Blind First playthrough. And boy howdy, it is stream 43 of this. And there is still so much to see and discover. I'm amazed at the way this game has held up and just kept us going. So without saying too much more, let's go ahead and get into it, settle in, and enjoy the stream with us. Ronan, welcome in. Game is super extensive. It is, and this is only like one playthrough. I could go back and choose to play it a different way. Thank you for grabbing your daily redeem, Borealis. Okay, let's jump back into it. I remember roughly what we were doing, but let's try to figure out the specifics. I'm also noticing details here on the title screen that I just didn't pick up on before. There's something here that looks kind of industrial, and it almost looks like it's got a name painted into it. So I wonder what that is all about. Characters are more sensitive to sound when sleeping. That's interesting, not less. I guess in the Kenshi world, only the light sleepers survive. The best end of your day today, had a customer come in with their new guinea pig and you got to pet it. Very nice. Guinea pigs are cool. I like pets. I like animals. This is where we were last time. We had just made it to the Tech Hunter city of Spring. We were going to explore Stobe's Gamble and Stobe's Garden, and we found this little place here, nestled way up in this sort of caldera here. And I think we were going to take everybody and check out the town. Cemetery Chick, welcome in. So I'm pretty sure we checked out the Ranger shop. Faction HQ. Let's see what everything is. Got to pet 2 dogs on your walk to and from your local convenience store. That's always a good trip. So they have hydroponics that they grow in here. I guess that makes sense. This doesn't really look like the kind of place where you could grow a lot to sustain yourself. So we do want to be careful of this area. We saw a monster beak thing over here that had stats in like the 70s and 80s. So that could pose a challenge for us. Let's see if we go check out the Faction HQ. Tin Fist. Okay. I've heard the name Tin Fist before. And gray. So these are anti-slavers. Thought about trying hydroponics yourself, but don't have the room. I had a hydroponic setup at one point that I cobbled together in my garage, and I had it on a folding table, and there was so much weight because I was growing stuff in pea, gravel, and water, and there was so much weight it collapsed the folding table while I was out there working on it. And I was somehow at like 115 pounds. I was able to lift the entire table, stabilize it, and grab my laptop off of it before the whole thing collapsed. So that was fun. Almost lost my laptop in the process because I had it pulled up listening to music. Oh no, Cemetery Chick, I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, so let's talk to this Tin Fist. We've heard about him in lore. Glad the laptop is okay. Yeah, I think I recycled it and pulled the hard drive, and now the hard drive is going to serve as my hard drive to play PS2 games off of the network adapter that I bought. So, you know, life goes on. We make use of our old electronics that are now long since obsolete. She's pregnant a few days away from giving birth. Oh, that sucks. So we can join the anti-slavers. I'm kind of against slavery. You know, that's kind of been our thing in this game. We've kind of killed some slavers before. It's not what I expected to be doing today. Let's start with some introductions. Who are you? My name's Tin Fist. I'm the leader of the anti-slavers. We devote our lives to freeing slaves and beating up slavers. Why do you guys mostly fight without weapons? Isn't that harder? I was taught by Gatwood the Soft. He was the founder of modern martial arts, got his name by never killing anybody despite being undefeated. After he died, I kept on with his no-killing tradition for 150 years. Then I sort of relapsed, but I still try to minimize loss of life whenever possible. When you can fight unarmed, nobody can ever disarm you, even when you are naked and in chains. It's the perfect weapon for a slave. I want to destroy the slave traders. Don't we all? But they've got a lot of powerful allies, the Traders Guild and the United Cities. The nobles are the ones controlling the peasants, running the stone camps, and using people like tools. But we can't just run in fists blazing. We need to fight tactically, sneakily. We need to starve them out, deprive them of their precious cats, and make them pay in blood. And how do we do that? With our fists. Pow, pow, smash. Okay, but I mean, how strategically? Oh, well, by pushing out their farmers. They've become dependent on their slaves, so we need to cut down the masters, starting with the camps that will diffuse the most damage. For the capital, that would be their main source of food, the slave farm in Heng, and their personal flow of income from the South Stone camp. See Longan pay his way out of that. Okay, so he's telling us we have to kill the poor farmers, the poor farm workers, to bring down their masters. I don't know if that really follows logically. What about the innocents, the peasants? What about the slaves? Hundreds of innocent people are enslaved every day, and the same number of slaves are dying from overwork and starvation. You think you're going to save anyone by sitting around going, oh no, careful now, don't destabilize the existing system of slavery and starvation. I'm just trying to minimize the damage. There's only one way to minimize damage, with fists. Any other weaknesses? Longan and Kana are the main brains behind all slaver activity. They'd be a good couple of nobles to start on once we've hit their main supply camps in Heng. Can I get some aid? Big Bo's our front line. She'll help you round up allies. If she deems you a worthy enough fighter for her help, you can find her in Black Scratch. Got it? Thanks for the info. Okay. But now we can't talk to Tin Fist again? I was going to ask about the Ashlands. Okay, maybe we talk to Gray. He croaks, his voice soft and quiet. Looks like we have a visitor. Good visitor or bad, I wonder. Good, I hope. Then talk. What is it you want? Nothing, I shouldn't have bothered you. Hey, Purple, welcome in. I do regret not asking Tin Fist about the Ashlands when I had the opportunity. Man, look at this martial arts, 122. 90 strength, 100 dexterity, 100 toughness. Okay, so now we know we can... There's actually a decent amount of stuff we can do to affect the end game, I think. We are, of course, going to go to war with the Holy Nation. But it seems like we can also take out the Slavers, which involves us going to war with the Traders Guild in the United Cities. So basically, the only people left that we would be friendly and affiliated with are like the Tech Hunters, the Shek, and the Western Hive, if we go that route. So it's something to consider. But that sounds like good endgame territory, is just reshape Kenshi in our image and see how far we can take our strength. Happy to see Kenshi again. Yeah, it's good to be back to it. Just had a lot of life stuff going on previous weekends. Okay, so in order to keep doing a sweep of all the areas I wanted to check, we're going to go this way, sort of towards, what is this place called? Green Beach, I think. We're going to head this way, and we're going to kind of zigzag. We want to be wary of the Southern Hive. We found out the hard way. They are quite tough, at least their encampments. And then this down here is the Ashlands, which we might try to scout from a distance, but I don't think we're going to enter quite yet. So let's get to it. Can she allow you to have vehicles or anything? No, I don't believe so. It's on a lot of people's wish list for Kenshi too. Looks like we've got a... Oh, I thought one of these things was one of the gorilla bodies going flying. Looks like we have land bats versus gorillas. Be pretty nifty if you could get like those giant vehicles you see being used in Mad Max. Yeah, but I do think it would change the nature of the game. Like, Kenshi is very much wandering desert samurai core, and I think just having everybody on foot, you know, is kind of part of the spirit of it. Now, if you had mounts, like animals you could ride, that would be cool. All good to go. All right, so we wanted to head this way. Let's do it. Let's see what lies ahead. Get a quick sit rep on everybody. We took very minor damage, but we're doing mostly okay. Hope Kenshi 2 has a casino district. There was gambling in the swamp. I didn't understand a word of it, but you could gamble in the swamp. And Beep wins. Beep. We love Beep. All right, let's continue. Yes, I know people were coming in named after Beep before I ever knew who it was. I was pretty well aware of Beep as a beloved character before I ever met him. I did pretty good at avoiding things in this game, but Beep was one of the things that people definitely led on to. They are booking it. Well, we are in double speed. Ooh, what is that? So this kind of reminds me of the Floodlands a little bit. By the way, I haven't checked our stores. It looks like we've got plenty of food. Got some spare limbs, and I made sure everybody had some amount of medical supplies. So I think we're good to adventure for a while. I hate when they split up like that. Spare limbs? Oh yeah, you see how each of these limbs has a health bar? Well, if your limb gets damaged enough, you can lose the limb. And then once you lose the limb, you can replace it with a robotic component. So we always keep a certain amount of limbs in our bag just so we can replace ones that get lost in battle. Back at it with some Kenshi, indeed. At a rarity. What? Good to see you. Robotic limbs. Well, you know, to the robots, they're just normal limbs. Stuff you only hear from Kenshi, yeah. I can think of maybe a few other games where you might carry limbs as, like, emergency rations. What are you? Is that a goat? That is a goat. Is that where we fought the King Gorillo? I think it is. Lab number 2. Yeah. Yep, okay, so we have sort of been this way. Little weird bug cheese about limbs from Frankie that's honestly kind of broken. Well, don't tell me. I don't want to know. But it surprises me none that this game is broken around the edges. Kenshi is a fantastic game held together with tape and shoestrings. You know, honestly, that's some of my favorite games. Outpost. You're the outpost. Let's go see what you've got. Kind of looks like communication equipment. Outpost storage. Okay. What you store in there? Hopefully something really good. Hmm. It's awfully quiet in here. Let's bring the team in for backup. And we'll have Truth go in and search stuff. Ancient Nutra rations, an ancient food ration that must be thousands of years old. It's a sealed container that contains a dense cake that's surprisingly filling. It's covered in printed writing and symbols that you don't recognize. This is the first time I've seen one of these. Very excited to see what Kenshi 2 holds for us, and that's partially just because it won't be constrained by the Ogre engine. Yeah, I'm excited. I am aware that we may have to wait a long time, but I'm looking forward to Kenshi 2. Imagine finding some ancient Aztec piece of food and saying, hey, let's eat it. A couple months ago, they were asking for a publisher, so that might mean Kenshi 2 is almost done. I don't know. I guess it could mean that, but it could also not mean that. I don't really know about the time frame and the scale of publishing and all that. We might need some books. When did Kenshi come out? 2018. Publishing is a long, laborious process with a lot of legal jargon to navigate, so it's kind of a 50-50 on is it presentable or do we just want to prepare for the nonsense that is publishing. Right. I don't know how far in advance they have to make agreements and logistics and all sorts of stuff, you know? Sleeveless dust coat, masterwork grade. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. It's dark out here at night, huh? Okay, so I wouldn't say that anything in here was life-changing, but it was a good little place. Who's carrying food that can carry some of these Nutra rations? Wing Wing, maybe? Yeah. So they're made from a food cube and dried meat. I wonder if that's something that we can find a recipe for. Do I have a home base? I do. Let's see how it's doing. Okay, pile of dead people at the front door. Always a good sign. Yeah, this is home base. Got farms, weaponsmiths, robotics. How is our production coming along? Bunch of masterwork grade dust coats. Plate jackets. Blackened chain hive shirts. Okay, yeah, we're just manufacturing away. I love that. Come a long way from the early game. Kenshi's early game really does place you at the very bottom of the food chain. Absolutely. And then there's really two ways to gain advantage. There's raw stats, and then there's technological prowess. I think our investment in tech allowed us to defeat enemies stronger than we would otherwise be capable of, just because of our armor and weapon stats. If we were playing at the same rank as our enemies when it came to that stuff, I think we'd be far behind the curve. Okay, so we have skeleton muscles, presses, and motors. So what do we need to craft? Robotics components is skeleton muscles and motors. So we can make a bunch of those. And that'll help get our robotics skill up. Who's doing that? Zim? Oh, Zim is still researching. That's right. We still have stuff to research. Okay. I think we are on the way to clearing out all the research, though. We just need some AI cores. I think we need about a dozen AI cores to get going on all of these different limbs. Miss watching Invaders, Zim. I did grow up with that. I don't think my mom liked it, though. So that's an old Empire supply outpost. All right, let's continue up into the mountains. See what we have. Oh, I'm still in the fastest speed. We don't want to do that. I think maybe when it's time to go to war with the Holy Nation and the United Cities and all that, I think we might spec into some heavier armor. Right now, we're in fairly agile armor that allows us to move quick-ish if there's a threat. But when we're going, to just fight it all out, we may want the heaviest, toughest armor we can get. Somebody just took a lot of arm damage. Was it Gecko? Might have been Seto. That would make sense with her relatively low defense. Why is Ice showing an attack of 18? Ice should have a weapon equipped. Oh, they take a huge debuff. Minus 37%. Yeah, that's a huge debuff for adventuring at night. I never noticed that. Yes, those were land bats. And that is a gorillo. It was already very bloody, though. World of Kenshi does not mess around with its feral critters. Honestly, that they may be a lot of the time the biggest threat. This point, his squad is pretty strong. The start was a lot of him being beaten to a pulp by the weakest enemies of the game. That's just how you progress, you know. But yeah, when you're starting out, you know, a lot of the time, the human enemies, they'll beat you up, they'll take your stuff, they'll enslave you, but usually you get a second chance. I honestly think at its core, Kenshi is a game about monopolizing second chances. But that aside, you get a lot of those with human enemies, whereas the wildlife, they'll just start eating you alive if you pass out. So in a lot of ways, the wildlife is more dangerous than the other enemies. Now, that's not to say, you know, there's not cannibals and such, too. There's a camp this way. I wonder if it's another Reaver camp taken over by the Southern Hive. It's like real life, there's always more chances so long as you stay alive. I will say the setbacks in this game are a little less bad than real life, though. You know, you can't necessarily just pop on a robotic arm. Okay, there's the camp. What are we looking at here? Let's get closer. I've discovered an outpost 2. Huh. Wonder who's out here. Can't tell if these are training posts or where they tie people up. Reaver whelp. Oh, so these are Reavers. Honestly, that's probably good combat training. This one has not been taken over by Southern Hive. Also, we completed the advanced battery power research. Very nice. All right, y'all ready to do some fighting? Oh, yeah, we got this. Who are you, more Reavers? Okay, that does change things a little bit, but, you know, we have fought much larger groups of Reavers before. All right, that's how you do it. It's hilarious watching it in 2 times speed, yeah. Okay, so this amount of blood tells me this one either lost a limb or was shot by a crossbow. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna... I'm gonna go with crossbow on this one. Our archers have deadly precision. Yeah, you can usually tell when there's a big blood spot like this, it's either a crossbow or a limb was removed. In this case, it's both. You were so excited when you first ran into the Reavers. You were like, you guys hate the United Cities too, and then they tried enslaving you. That is the way it goes in Kenshi. All right, I wonder... So first of all, we barely took damage. Some of our lower level people did, but honestly, they need to keep taking damage to get stronger. Let's go loot real quick. I doubt they have anything worthwhile, but be remiss not to check. 900 cats, that's something. A little bit of food. Who are we fighting? Oh, hey, somebody managed to miss out on all of it. All right, let's take truth and start unlocking some cages. It's free lockpicking XP, but we'll free some of these people as well. Hey, sounds good, Borealis. Have a good supper. Where's this one going? Home territory aggression. Oh, he's going for the turret. Yeah, we got to stop that. Nice, took an arm off. So this area over here is Stobe's garden. I want to see the garden, so we're going to go this way, and then we're going to come back around. So we've been up there before. That's where we had the hour-and-a-half long fight with the Reavers, where we only won because of strategic use of naps. Oh, is this more Reavers? I thought we chased you all out of here. Wow. Dropped that one all the way over there with our archers. I feel bad fighting the Reaver slaves because they didn't get a choice in all this. If they would just let me be, I would let them be. More Reavers. Look at all those green numbers. Wing Wang has a damaged left arm. Let's get Fumin to splint that. And then anybody else rocking major limb damage, I think we're good. Let's go check out the Oasis. Is this more Reavers? No, these are scavengers. It seems they're immediately hostile, so I apologize for what we're about to do. Unless we're not going to come close enough to aggro them. We really should take them out for the XP, but it's nice to let people live for a little variety, if nothing else. Ooh, what's that? That is an outpost that's on the map, so we will definitely be coming back to check that out. We must be in a transition zone because it's loading a lot. Why is ice back to being listed as attack instead of crossbow? Okay. He's gonna get it. These are slightly tougher Reavers, I think. Where are we going? That one's escaping. Honestly, you can escape if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Discovered ruin. Is that the ruin? That is the ruin. Okay, let's go see what was ruined. Oh, that was just Gecko. How about everybody go as a team? So I'm noticing there's skeleton eyes, skeleton repair kits. I'm kind of putting two and two together and wondering if these are places that harbored skeletons. And they were destroyed by, I don't know, Holy Nation, or, I mean, this feels way out here for Holy Nation territory, but somebody who had beef with skeletons. Also, this place is named Expedition 4. Wonder what that's about. Okay, so this belonged to the Tech Hunters. Not too much of note in here. Ooh, what's that up there? That is actually not anything I have tagged on my map. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's the outpost. Okay, we'll come back for that. Let's hit up Green Beach and check all this area. And we'll circle back around. Dare we speed up a little? Watching this makes you want to play Morrowind. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of aesthetic crossover. Look at those little land bats trying to keep up with us. I wonder how far of a range they have before... Oh, there you go. Now, this looks like one of those workshops. But it definitely looks totally destroyed. I don't see any chests or anything that are still lootable. But it does make you wonder what it all used to be. Almost day 400. I have come a long way indeed. Haven't tuned in for a while. Yeah, this is stream 43 of the first playthrough. Good to see you. Who do we have here? Skeleton bandits versus reavers. Honestly, I say we let them settle their differences. And you have the desert level in Metro Exodus. I can see that too a little bit. All right, beach episode. Somebody said they based here, and honestly, I can kind of see it. It looks slightly fertile. There's water nearby. You'd have to be equipped to put up with the reavers and the skeleton bandits. So, you know, it's not an entry-level base location, I bet, but if you can handle the heat, it looks pretty good. Here it is, Green Beach. So we still haven't figured out why this place is called Stobe's Garden. I mean, obviously, it's one of the greener areas that we've seen, so it follows that that has something to do with it. So there's a little area tucked in here we haven't quite explored yet. Kind of seems like there's a pathway to something there. If I tell you all to go over here, what am I going to get? Half of you are not going to know how to pathfind. Why is Kang stuck? Let's go this way. I just got feeling about it. Sure is dark here. All right, let's see if they find anything cool. Can't tell if that's actually leading somewhere or just a dead end. If this were an FPS adventure game, that would absolutely be a secret spot where you'd find some loot or something. Here, I think it's just part of the geography. Did we see whatever this is? Is this Ark? That is Ark. Okay. So yeah, we've seen that. All right, so here's Green Beach. Can we go up and visit the mega structure? Ah, crab. Yeah, so this is more of Stobe's garden. Green Beach is awesome, one of your favorite locations. Getting to check it out for the first time. Lots of crabs, and they're fighting... reavers. Is these crab raiders? These are crab raiders. Fighting the reavers. Well, that just seems like nature's perfect balance. All right, I don't really see anything up here that we should concern ourselves with. Let's go down to the beach and check it out. But first, we're going to take a real quick break because we have ads coming up on the Twitch side of stream, and I could use a quick restroom break. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to run these 3 minutes of ads to kill our pre-roll ads, and when I come back, we'll explore Green Beach. Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate you. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Gonna settle back into it as the ads end. Hey, thank you, Rain. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, on to the beach. Isn't that the title of Death Stranding 2? Or maybe that's On the Beach. I don't know. Something about beaches. Death Stranding really liked beaches. It was a good game. Ah, that crab got back up. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Who are you? Crab raiders? They're fast. Oh, here come the rest of them. And here come their crabs. And we are taking damage in this one. We are. I say that, but we actually look mostly okay. Surprised at the amount of damage. It was either Truth or Burn took a lot of damage. A lot for somebody with defense in the 50s and 60s. Discovered a settlement. Okay, is this home of the Crab Raiders? Wow, Jinsei with the 68 strength. I didn't realize just how strong we were getting. I see a settlement on my map, but I don't see a settlement. Maybe it's hidden behind this rock. Oh, there, I see something. I see something over there. It's a lot of crabs. Traveler, don't get many victims here in the pits. Okay, so... the pits are something somebody talked about on the way to the Ashlands. It's actually a big group of crab raiders. I think we're going to be okay, but... Frankie was here. What's up, Frankie? Good to have you, Raiders. Welcome on in. Let's get a shout out for Frankie. Frankie was here, and one of these. And thank you for that follow. The follows are anonymous, so feel free to say hello or simply lurk and enjoy stream however you like. Oh, that's right. Frankie doesn't stream. I forgot. Frankie does not stream, does not play Kenshi, does not create super OP guides on Kenshi on YouTube. Frankie does none of that, so don't even bother checking Frankie out, checking Twitch or YouTube. Just, you're not going to find anything, so don't do it. Hey, y'all, thank you for the raid. Thanks for bringing everybody over. Welcome on in. This is my first playthrough of Kenshi with no help, no prior knowledge, no playthroughs that I watched, no guides, no wikis, nothing. We are 43 streams in. So, you know, about 200 hours into my first playthrough, and we're having a ton of fun with it. I'll show you where we are right now is Green Beach, and you can kind of just get an idea of what's going on here. You know, we are allied with the Shek. We are enemies with the Holy Nation. Today, I met Tin Fist for the first time, and in addition to destroying the Holy Nation, we might want to join the anti-slavers. Now, we've got a lot going on. It's a big game. But Raiders, thank you for coming over, checking out the channel. I play Kenshi on weekends, so Saturdays and Sundays. And then during the week, I play a variety of games, usually single-player story-based games. I love indie games. I love demos and playing, you know, the up-and-coming stuff. So we get a little bit of everything here, story-based challenges, survival games, that sort of stuff. Frankie isn't here at the moment. Frankie is probably playing with his dog. Frankie, feel free to tell me if you were to stream today, what it was that you might have gotten up to. Might have done a rock bottom start where you were one-handed the entire run. That sounds like fun. That sounds like a challenge. Somebody really ought to hop on that. A skeleton named Lefty, who had no left hand. I love that. This is, honestly, somebody needs to do this playthrough. Of course, Frankie didn't do that because Frankie won't ever dare try. You know, many such cases... We are held back only by our inability to start. Okay, somebody's limping along. It is Wing Wang. No. It is Ice. I'm kind of hoping this settlement up here is friendly so we can rent some beds. We're not in, like, a bad spot. But, you know, we've got a couple people whose health I would like to be a little higher for adventuring. I'm actually doing okay. All right, well, that looks like a bunch of crabs. So, you know, the chance of this settlement being friendly to us continues to drop. But what is an adventure if we don't find out for sure? One thing about the crab raiders, man, they're fast. Oh, okay, we got beak things. That's just a regular old adult. It's not like the monster beak thing we saw out by Stobe's Gamble. Scorchlanders for the win. I know, my run is only alive because I started with a Scorchlander. Humane Scorchies. It makes a lot of sense. The question is, are we going to find anything worthwhile in this settlement? I mean, the XP is usually always worth it, but... we didn't get close enough on the map to have the statistics populate. I suspect it's going to tell us the residents are crabs. Nobody likes a crabby neighbor. Now, Frankie, as usual, I want you to know you are welcome to hang out here, but you're not obligated. I know you have other things to do. So if you've got to go do that, if you got to get off Twitch or anything like that, and Raiders as well, no worries whatsoever. Love to have you while you're here, but no pressure to hang around. You won't survive long without a crab. So this is indeed the home of the Crab Raiders. Makes me wonder if there's a Crab Raider boss, most likely carrying a Meito class weapon. If I had to guess, probably a polearm. Paul, welcome in on YouTube. Made it to your neighborhood. You made your city right near here in Green Beach. It's pretty nice. I will say the Raiders are kind of a high level and the wildlife is a little aggressive. Okay, so we've got Reavers fighting crab bandits. That's a pretty large crab. That's an elder crab. Place is brutal for newbies. You made a base here when you were still learning the game and it destroyed you. I believe it. Oh, Beep, Beep, why are you so eager to run into combat? Well, I know why, because you want to replace your other two limbs with skeleton limbs. But let's just see how everybody's doing. Honestly, not terrible. We got a couple injuries. We should find a place to put down some beds, but I don't think we're in emergency status. Do you need to give Maple some attention for sure? Have a great stream. Hey, thank you, Frankie. Have a good one. Thank you for the raid and the support. Crab shop? You're telling me I can buy a crab? I wonder how you get to be on good terms with the crab raiders. And there's a crab smithy here, too. Huh, interesting. All right, well, let's go check out the city, I guess. Oh, they weren't hostile, but now they are. Doesn't answer that question. I appreciate it. I guess we'll go check out the crab smithy and see if they're hostile. They're just kind of chilling here. Look at those crab helmets. If I see a crab raider body, I will. Okay, let's go talk to the crab shop, I guess. So you want to buy a crab, eh? Well, first up, you gotta have a solid crab care routine. Let me tell you all about it. I'm in. Now, the crabs, see, they like fish. That's their favorite food. Otherwise, they'll eat fungi, algae, standard stuff. But you gotta make sure they eat 5 meals a day. And be warned, never feed them after sundown. Never. It gives them indigestion. You've also got to give them a 90-minute salt bath once a month so that they can molt no trouble. Now, they don't sleep well and they need affection, so make sure you sing them a song every night before bed. You got to gurgle from the back of your throat. Stroke his back legs too. He'll like that. Hey, Newt, welcome in. And don't work them too hard. They don't like conflict. Sensitive creatures they are. Put too much stress on them and they'll get depressed. Nothing sadder than a bummed out crab. So, are you ready to become one with the crabs? So they, Now, granted, our squad cap is full, but it looks like we could buy a well-tended adult crab for about 13,000 cats on average. Makes me want to try a crab playthrough. You'd have to be strong enough to get out here solo. It looks like the crab raiders themselves are not like mega hostile towards me. They'll do their raider thing if they catch me out in the wild, but they're okay with me in town. All right, here's a crab raider, so let's check out this helmet. Where were they? Wow, dust storms, acid, and burning. That is some heavy weather protection. A very heavy iron hat, as with other isolate-based helmets, it offers fantastic protection, but you can't see a damn thing. That could be useful Ashlands adventure equipment. The crab armor is also good against acid and burning. It is pretty roundly terrible at everything else, though. The crab raiders designed this armor with the aim of being more like crabs, with little consideration of other factors. I can tell. I mean, it's got pretty good resistance for a standard grade, but man, the stat loss. This one will make a good fighter. Oh, the Reaver. The Reaver is now enslaving a crab raider. Not so bad for bludgeoning and cutting. Yeah, they're totally going to turn into gremlins. Hands up if you want to see crab gremlins. Wait, who's attacking us now? Is it the Reaver? I think it's the Reaver. Wow, this area is full of activity. Hey, what's up, Boogie? Good to see you. Okay, don't think there's going to be anything more this way, or else I would see it. And I've been to the Reaver camp this direction. So what we should do now is start to head... I think the way I wanted to go was... Let's go down the coast, and then we'll swoop around and back up. Now, I think as we went this way, I was starting to see beak things. We know about beak things. They're a known quantity, so... Lots of crabs as well. I've actually got a beak thing t-shirt coming. I got a couple of Kenshi shirts. I think these crabs are going to catch us. Terrifying known quantity, but a known quantity nonetheless. As we all know, the unknowns are the scariest thing. Okay, looks like some beak thing pups, which would lead me to believe there's a beak thing nest in the vicinity. So I wonder... I think I might regret not at least investigating these islands while I'm here, because we've seen cool stuff populate in the islands that you can't see from shore. I'm sorry to backtrack, but we are going to go check these out real quick. Y'all are deadly. We've got some great weapons and some good stats. Well, I picked a terrible time to do this. We're not going to be able to see anything. You know what? I wonder. Do you remember when we captured the leader of the Reavers? Oh, hello, Crab. We captured the leader of the Reavers, and the Reavers stopped showing up, and the Southern Hive kind of took over a lot of their territory. But we got knocked out, and we let the leader go. I wonder if the leader returned to the Ark, and now the Reavers have regained, like, a foothold in the region. What did I do with the leader? So I was carrying him to turn him in, but then we got our whole squad knocked out, and he got loose. Perhaps you can go and see if he came home. I mean, we're not far from the Ark. We could go visit. Just drop by our old buddy and see how he's doing. Time to grind up that swim skill. We've got huge swim skill. Yeah, 90 for Gecko. I'm assuming it's on a scale of 1 to 100. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm making the assumption that it's huge, and I'm misrepresenting myself, which, to be honest, very relatable. Corridors got taken to Petco just to keep your snails safe. Burn and Truth are way down there. I wonder if we're going to find another mega crab. Hey, thanks for lurking. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, shrimp. That's what I meant. I was even picturing shrimp in my head. I just said snails. Now, you wouldn't just put an island out here for no reason, would you? Just to waste my time? Okay, well, there's a beak thing over there. Just to waste mine and that beak thing's time. There's crab raiders on the island. What are they doing out here? They don't even show up as necessarily hostile to us. Crab raiders are neutral. Maybe they'll become hostile when they see us, though. How exotic, an outlander from out of the pits. I gotta figure out where these pits are that they've been talking about. Also, being in the water appears to have broken their pathfinding a lot. So I guess out here, this is just the island where the Reavers and the Crab Raiders patrol for no good reason. You know what? It's their territory. They can patrol it if they want to. All right, gang, head on back. What is bark in conflict with? Is there another beak thing at the door? It appears to be a single hungry bandit. Honestly, we've spent so much time in fast forward swimming that everybody is almost totally healed up. Kind of OP when you think about it. Make sure... Is Zim not doing... Why is Zim not doing the robotics crafting? Just needed to be prompted, I guess. Wait, he's making skeleton muscles? Oh, it would be because I chose the wrong robotics bench. I didn't realize we had two. Got 50 robotics? Yeah, keep at it. All right, so we didn't really gain anything from checking over there except the satisfaction of knowing that we checked it, so we can cross it off in our minds as a no longer unknown area. Hey, Maiko, good to see you. We learned about raising crabs today. Just thought you'd appreciate that. Beef, how's it going? Good to see you. I know you well indeed, but to be fair, you're pretty transparent about your love for multi-jointed armored creatures. Crab Nest has been wiped out. Oh, the Reavers. I don't know why the Reavers are so concerned with killing the crabs, but... You love crabs too? Then everybody's here at a good time. Just on a break, so won't be here long. I expected as much, but I appreciate you stopping in. Seto's got to get that strength up. Strength 38. Oh, that's an arm. That is somebody's arm that went rolling away. You love to see it. That is one less arm they can raise against us in anger. Destroying armies one arm at a time. First, we destroyed their armies, and then we go for their feetsies. Nobody can withstand that. Okay, are we done with the crabs? That's a war crime only if you're war caught. Man, they keep getting up. I love it when my XP comes to me. All right, so our plan was to go down the beach and then loop around. Maybe we try to hit this outpost here. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Cemetery Chick, having worked at places like that, they kind of just give people jobs and they don't really train you in animal care. You get like a couple flashcards worth of quick answers. I just realized Gecko is running alone. I blame the corporate structure for that one most of all. Okay, so I do kind of want to see what's up here. Doesn't look like much. Let's poke at it real quick. So this is more of Stobe's garden. If we look, we know we saw Expedition 4. And I think we came up this way too. Don't think we're going to see a whole lot here. Let's head back down the beach. Who are you? An escaped Reaver slave. Good for you. Godspeed. kind of looks like walls. If not man-made, then, you know, somewhere that somebody might want to make something. Take advantage of the natural geography. You know, it looks like we've got some ruins or something over there. Okay. I see you. We've got some stuff to check out. Let's go land on this plateau over here. That's just Gecko again. Looks like that outpost is where we're headed. See an outpost there, but what is up here? Ah, this is the pits. A phrase not usually said with such excitement behind it. Okay, so these are the pits east. My skin, the water's eating right through me. Okay, good to know. The pits are acidic. I guess I should have anticipated that. Glar. Who said glar? A gurgler. Okay. This is an entirely new type of being. I have never seen these before. So everybody say hello to Gurgler of the Fishmen. There's actually quite a lot of them. They seem like tougher fogmen. Oh, and they're pretty fast, too. Walking shrimp boys. Alright. You want to glarg at me? Well, let's go. Have fun, Maiko. Now, do they have anything in their inventory? Ah, foul raw meat. I think we ended that fight almost entirely untouched. Now, I think I read something about a king gurgler that might have had some type of ancient weapon, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Also, there's a settlement around here. So this is a lost armory. See if they have anything that interests me. Okay, so it seems like we've got gurglers over here. I have a feeling this is gonna be spiders again, but we'll see. Oh, damn. That's that's a lot of spiders. This better be a damn good armory. Let's hold outside. Let them come to us. Just a scratch, no big deal. Okay, so we definitely ate a couple of good injuries there. So that was 4. I want to say there were about 9 in here, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there were 11. So we should have aggroed a couple. Hey, Hugh Janus, welcome back. Good to have you. Playing some Kenshi today. Okay, Jinsei's unconscious, no big deal. You're eating a frozen General Tso's chicken meal. Sounds good. Materials trader on the way to my outpost. Is it weird you won't eat it because it smells weird to you? No, I think sometimes you just have a sensory thing that you just don't vibe with. And it can do that to you with food. Alright, so we should have like 2 or 3 left inside of here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I remember the first time I opened an armory full of spiders. They almost wiped my entire team. Huge texture person when it comes to food, and one time some friends ganged up on you trying to make you eat Jell-O. The point they were pinching your nose trying to get you to open your mouth. Oh no, that's an instant bad experience right there. That'll put you off the food forever. Okay, truth should be 2 more to lead out. Or no, just the 1. Unless its pathing gets confused. All right. We'll get everybody inside and throw down some beds and then loot the armory. I don't think we'll need that many beds. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there was another spider. Okay, well, now we're going to need a couple more beds than I thought. Oh, was there one upstairs, too? There was one upstairs. Jinsei is unconscious again. Should be good for his toughness training. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6 beds. All right. Gecko grab 1. Jinsei. Bean hop. Wing Wang. Seto. Beep. All right, Truth. Let's see what we can find in here. So that's empty. That one's also empty. So top floor, not looking too good. Let's see what we got on the bottom floor. We have a safe here. 12% chance, so this is a high-level safe. Level 88. We could be here a minute, but that's okay. It gives everybody a chance to rest up. Nah, I can make better than that. Why do I get the feeling this is meant to be a lower level armory? Well, the only thing that contradicts that is the number of enemies in here is higher than almost anywhere else I've seen. So I don't know, this doesn't feel very worth it for the challenge. I mean, for me, it's XP either way, but... pretty low-level loot overall. Is Zim still not doing crafting? That was weird. Have we done any robotic component crafting? Doesn't look like it. I think something about the pathing is kind of messed up. I don't know, I had to right-click to get him to do anything. Also, what is that weapon? Oh, that's horrible. We've got to get, at some point, we've got to get everybody up to speed on equipment and stuff at the base. Especially if we're going to base up somewhere tougher, everybody's going to need the full rank gear that our adventurers have. Oh, what's going on down at the door? Bark, how about you move over to the turret where you can hit something? It's a good thing that we're just hungry bandits and not somebody who might have actually hurt us. Why is Benji not eating? Benji, go get something to eat. Look, we have so much food. Just take a couple sandwiches. Don't die. Miyu's resting because I don't know why. Miyu felt like a nap, I guess. Alright, this group, pretty close to healed up. Jinsei's got a little ways to go on the stomach. And Seto on the arm. How is Saint coming along? Yeah, I don't care about the materials trader. Unless... No, I have more animal skin than I can do anything with. Got some pretty high-end gear in here. We'll just pass a little more time to get people healed up. What's the situation like outside? It's violent, that's for sure. Yeah, so what we should do, I think, is we go... Settlement, ruin, on up this way. Here to outpost, outpost. Check along the coast. Come down here and poke into what I presume is the pits west, but I could be wrong. And maybe try to get a peek at what the ashlands look like. Gecko's up, so let's get burn. And Jinsei's up. Seto's good enough. All right. Lower the speed just a little. Let's see what it looks like to go check out this settlement. So remember, I think we are keeping an eye out for the King Gurgler. This place would be a much friendlier neighborhood with some lights. Palace of the Crab Queen. Crab Bar. Okay. Yep, so it's crab raiders here. Now, they're not necessarily hostile to me, so I guess let's see what happens. Unless it's just a trap to get us in and then attack us. But I don't know, their crabs are relatively chill and well-behaved. Touch my crab and I'll cut you a new pair of ears. We have crab patrons and crab raiders. Lumi of the drifters. Okay, so it looks like there are probably people here we could recruit if we weren't at our cap. Thank you all, people on Twitch, for sticking around through the ads. These ads do get rid of our pre-roll ads to make the channel easier to find, and they do help support financially. So we're just going to be checking out this town while the ads roll. Adventurer, eh? Guess you'll be on your way down to the Ashlands then. Ain't ever seen anyone go to the Ashlands and come back out. It's a one-way journey, and whatever's down there ain't worth dying for. I certainly wouldn't go without a crab. Show me what you've got. Okay, so noted, they recommend crabs for travel. Now, the Palace of the Crab Queen is open to the public, so, you know, let's go see what this is all about. This land ain't for desert princes. Go home or crab up. So it seems like if we had a crab with us, they'd be cool. So this is the Crab Queen. Kind of reinforcing my speculation that she carries a Meito-class polearm. Can we go talk to her real quick before getting attacked violently? A man of the crabless ways, I see. Well, crabless man, what do you know of crabs? They pinch hard. Yeah, but they're not just strong. They're loyal too, and smart. Respect the crabs, and they'll respect you. Can I join the Crab Raiders? We crabbed are an open-minded people. Prove yourself. We have enemies in the pits. Prove your loyalty to the crabs, and they will do so in return. Sign me up. Relations with Reavers decreased by -75. Skin Bandits decreased by 75. Skin Bandits are now hostile to me. I see nothing but wins all the way down the ladder. Skeleton Bandits -75. Works for me. We're now allied with the crabs. That was easy. That was perhaps the easiest ally I have ever gained. Might have to dismiss someone and get a crab. When you bought merch from the Kenshi website, it came with a bib saying "Time for Crab" with a crab printed red, white. That's awesome. I just bought 3 t-shirts. I got the red beak thing one with the Japanese that says "Eaten Alive." I got the skeleton one, and I got the beep one. A glorious time for crabs. Even Dark Souls has imbued us with this wisdom. I assume you've all seen the time for crab hint. And look, the skeleton raiders, they're our friends now. Or, crab raiders, not skeleton raiders. Crabbed, wait up. Any action yet? Let's fuck up some skeleton zealots. Are they gonna follow us? They're just free companions. Oh, this is awesome. Got the same beak with the Japanese eaten alive as a hoodie. Very cool. Turns out the crab raiders are relatively chill. They do the whole raiding thing, which is kind of uncool, but... Hello, Kenshi Addict. Hello, Tapster. Hello, Ad Noctem Addict. We got Reavers over there. Let's go fuck them up. I'm an Ad Noctem addict. Yeah, I get high on my own supply. It's me. I am the supply. I am also the high. Might be the most narcissistic way I've ever talked about myself, but I do it for the bit. Who are you? Scavengers. Nothing to it. And we've got some interesting scaffolding here. And the biome is starting to change a little bit. I feel powerful with these crabs on my side. What do we have here? Fishmen? Skin bandits? What is all this? Definitely some areas we need to check out. Just feel itchy? That's because they're not your true allies. Yeah, let's check it out. There's a tower over here we never saw. Okay, we're not gonna go too far in this way. We'll go to maybe about here, and then we'll go down and hit this ruin, and then from the ruin we'll head up. I think that's sensible. Who are you? Reavers? Definitely looks like this used to be something, if it isn't something now. Who's down here? Scavengers. So I noticed there's a lot of scavengers in the area, but not a lot of tech hunters, which tells me something about the availability of the loot in the area. Okay, yeah, let's head for the ruin. We'll head for the coast, and then we'll loop back up. Why does this look square and blocky on the map? I wonder what that is. Contract with crab raiders has ended. Okay, you all have fun now. It says, no ordinary rain, it burns like fire. Most of my people have pretty good acid rain protection, I think. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Rain. I appreciate you. I thought we had better than that. Some dust coats would be good. I wonder if these are still the pits. Oh. So there was something very square on the map. Looks like something intense was going to be buried here. The whole area actually looks kind of industrial. Alright, let's check it out. It's like another workshop, which, you know, we love those. We love our AI cores and such. Engineering, research, and skeleton limbs and all that. Is it a bunch of fish people? It is a bunch of fish people and crab raiders. I don't know why, but the fish people kind of look out of place to me. You know what they remind me of is Mars Attacks. They just... And this is not to be a criticism of the game, because it's a great game, but the gurglers look out of place in a way that if you just showed them to me with no context, I would assume they were a well-done mod, but not an official enemy. Do have a 50s pulp sci-fi vibe to them? Absolutely. The eyes sell the Mars Attack thing very well, yeah. Alright, let's see what we got. Not anything I'm interested in carrying all the way home, so we keep looking. Ancient science book. I don't know that we really need more of those, but we'll take it. Huh, so that's what a topper looks like. There we go, some engineering research. Again, I don't really think we need it. I feel like we have more engineering research than I know what to do with, but I will hoard it until I can prove that to myself. Challenger of the Undefeated moving towards my outpost. Is it that time again? Better make sure I have double on the crossbow, if so. Bark, why are you hungry again? Are you not eating? Oh, Double doesn't have turrets on her job list anymore. So Double's gonna get on the turret. Bark, I need you to go put some sandwiches in your inventory or something if you're gonna choose not to eat. I need well-fed turret people for when the challenger of the undefeated shows up. I mean, this is cool stuff, but it's not doing anything groundbreaking for me right now. Okay, so this is Bark. Just keep some sandwiches in your pocket, man. You are never feeding yourself. Masterworks Spring Bat. We already have one that we're not using. Well, that was neat. Dead workshop, I'd say so. The crabs have really done a number on the gurglers. Let's go this way and just see what we find at the coast. More scavengers. They were pretty weakened by the acid rain to begin with. I do worry about that lightning. Ooh, what's all this then? That's pretty cool looking. That seems worth checking out. We need to take cover. I hear you. I understand your concerns. Now hear me out. What if we didn't? Get that imposing wall of fog. I suppose that there's the Ashlands, huh? Closest we've been. Beautiful and ominous indeed. Okay, so the Ashlands have those floating robot drone things. That's interesting to note. So they were likely another manufacturing center of some sort. Doesn't appear to be anything interactable, but I bet it has lore implications. Interesting that the crab raiders patrolled this area so heavily. All right, let's head back up this way, as I said I would do. Honestly, making an outpost in the eastern pits is probably not so bad a thing now that I am allied with the crab raiders. That knocks down one of the potential groups that would be coming to wreak havoc on said base. Discovered sniper tower. Okay, I feel like that's bait. I feel like that's bait, but I also feel like I wanna check it out a little. Keep an eye out for any effects changing as the ground changes here. So these are the pits proper. Something tells me, who do we have up here? Upgraded watchbot of the Skeleton Legion. I wonder what kind of range they have and if ice outranges them. So ice currently has a range of 188 meters. Gonna say they've probably got a greater range. Ice, if I told you to attack that watchbot, what would you do? Would you shoot it from there? No. How close would you need to be to shoot it? You're trying, which tells me your distance is probably too far. What are they shooting at? Oh, damn, they've got some stats. And who's that down there? Skeleton bandits. Okay, so the skeleton bandits... But I thought they liked the skeletons, so I'm a little confused. They're getting torn up by those snipers. Okay. Doesn't look like the feeling is mutual. Indeed. All right. So we know that's there now. Got some sick texture mods on. Nope, just compressed textures. Who are you? Gurglers. Hey, thank you for that follow. So these are the pits. Forgot the game could look so good. People complain. I don't know why. People look at this game and they're like, oh, it's ugly. I don't get it. Like, it's not a AAA Sony movie game, but I think it's really good looking in its own right. The gurglers basically do no damage to us. Wait, why are we fighting the crabs? I guess these are wild crabs and not crab raider crabs. Alpha gurgler. Okay, you've got an interesting thing going on here. I think Alpha Gurgler is single, or, you know, I can ask for you. I can say, hey, my friend over there, he thinks you're kind of cute. I'm going to say if you really want to pursue it, though, you should make an effort to learn the language, at least a token amount, to show respect, and that you actually want to be there. Communication is overrated. This is why your dating life is so active. It might be the most Twitch comment I've ever received on Twitch. Okay, they're talking about acid rain again, but I don't see it. And where is Jinsei going? Head up this way. We'll split the difference. Sadly, Tap's not a reference I understand. Like, I obviously know what Street Fighter is as a concept, but... Challenger of the Undefeated has arrived at my outpost. Okay, so... The lightning electrocute guy. Ah, gotcha. Is that a beak thing? Okay, not inside the gate. So, Double and Bark, you need to just go ahead. Where was the war leader? One of you was the war leader. You're the war leader, so you two just go ahead and light this one up. Looks like they're actually going to get in and cause some damage. Two by four army is so cute. Oh, here comes Brecht. You're in trouble now. I don't know, we might actually lose this one. It'll be good training for all involved. The original man, indeed. So surprised he's still alive. He's basically retired. Now he just has to deal with raids like these. There you go, Double. Put that turret to work. You know what's funny is we pretty roundly defeated them before. Challenger of the undefeated against your outpost has ended. Now they're fighting the nomads animals. Oh, look, bombing him. Bombing him has always been a badass. I think he's going to lose this fight. Yeah, but he went down swinging. Oh, Masaru lost an arm. Well, you know what? It's a good thing that Zim has been making robotics. That is the one thing I was worried about, was people losing limbs. Living in a town with the occasional raid is probably the best life you could ask for in Kenshi. I might have read that already, I don't remember, but... Honestly, I don't hate these raids, because they kind of just come in, fight for their honor, and leave when they've won. You know? We'll say, though, we have a lot of people in recovery comas. I probably should focus on getting everybody at base better equipped. Made short work of that gate. Yeah, and it's a pretty highly upgraded one. I could upgrade it one more. Problem is, I've got a bug thing going on with my walls right now, and I'm afraid if I upgrade, it's going to force me to finally confront it, and that's just not what I've wanted to spend my time in this game doing, but I know that I need to. So I have far more people in recovery comas than not. There you go. Start getting people back in bed. This is the way forward. Bombing him, the MVP here. I think it was actually Auron was carrying bombing him. But bombing him does tend to be an MVP, yes. But look at their stats. Yeah, they've got decent stuff, but honestly, with as good as our production is, our home people should have better equipment. We kind of left the errand squad just standing in acid rain. Oh, no, we didn't. They're clear of it. Outpost is maybe down there. And then there's a tower sort of that way. Let's head towards the outpost. We will eventually need to get somebody up who can fix the gate. We're off to a good start, though. I wonder if we managed to kill any. Oh, they're in recovery comas, but their whole fight against us has ended, so I wonder if they'll get back up and do anything about it. They might just get up and shuffle back home. I'm sure they've got this. Okay, there's an armory down there open to the public. What do you want to bet? It's full of spiders again. Oh, a beak thing. That's bad news. Several beak things, rather. Yeah, so this is actually really bad. Bark is actually being eaten alive. Oh boy. Hmm. Bombing him is crawling. Bombing him, I need you to crawl over to that beak thing and strip its flesh. What else do I have that's up? Brecht. Oran, I may need you to be the hero. Brecht is gonna try. Brecht is real hurt. Oh, Oran can go ahead and drop double for now. Okay, Oran, strip it. Hope you're doing well. Is this your base walled off but attacked by something? Yes, we got attacked by a rival group who want to prove their worth in combat. And they left our gates destroyed, and then these beak things came along, sensing the fresh blood and kills, and started trying to eat our people. So that's where we're at right now. Hope you're doing well, Zarchin. Good to see you. Hope your clan will recover. Thank you. All right, one thing that we need to do, Brecht, can you get over here and repair this? So we can have a gate. What's bombing him doing? Medic. What was Bark doing, by the way? So Bark's leg was half eaten, but we managed to stop the process. Oh, why is the berserker fighting us again? Okay, Brecht is unconscious for 20 seconds, and then Brecht will be able to get back up. Boo, I'm back. Let's do this. Okay, that's Miu. I just want to get the wall fixed up a little bit, or the gate. Okay. The gate's closed now. Now, the nice thing about having the gate closed is usually the beak thing will come and eat the people that are outside the gate, rather than just running in and eating our people who are recovering. And it looks like Oron is successfully getting people in bed to recover. We do need to get a new arm for Masaru, so when Zim gets up, we'll see if we've manufactured the requisite pieces to replace that arm. Bombing him is going to medic. Brecht is fixing up the door. It's probably why castles eventually evolved to have an inner wall too. Yeah, I spent all my wall budget on the very large outside wall. I should have made a smaller wall that was stronger and more defensible. But I was swayed by the dream of land ownership. Okay, so this is more of Stobe's garden. Let's see if we can check out the outpost. Probably full of spiders, but we'll go see. You limited by the game for the amount of wall you can have? No, no, I just, that was where all my attention went. I only have so much attention span for doing more menial tasks on stream, like building and organizing. The same reason the people at my base should have had better weapons and armor. Like, we have it crafted. It's waiting to be equipped. I just have to actually go through each and every individual worker and have them equip the good stuff. Just a moment, I could see inside. The more you think about it, the more you think I would like Mountain Blade 2. I've heard that. Okay, what do we got? 2 security spiders. I'm not expecting a ton of great loot here, but let's clear out the spiders. When they hit that stagger, it's brutal. Jinsei's actually unconscious. He took multiple head wounds. All right. Does somebody have Jinsei? No. What is Burn doing? A burn can't get in because people blocked the door, I guess. Okay, it looks like we need like 2 beds. Alright, get everybody inside. What was the other one that needed a bed? Was it really Beanhop? Alright, how are we going back at base? So we have somebody manning the turrets again. Actually, we have 2 somebodies manning the turrets. That's good. Brecht is resting up. Masaru is back to work. Missing a limb. Was that a berserker that wants out? Yeah, let's let them out of here. What a trap that was. We let them out of the gate just to get shot by our sniper. That was not intentional, but it did make me feel good. Open the gate to the afterlife. And mostly life continues on with everybody slightly tougher than they were before. Alright, let's see what Truth can find in this outpost. A lot of these just don't have great stuff in it once you've already got set up with weapons. I think it definitely varies by region, too. And I think we're in a region that has lower loot drops. I guess I'll take these 2 cats. All right, sorry for this to be a short one, but my chronic fatigue has been acting up really bad today, and I'm kind of tiring out, and I think this is a good place to wrap up. We survived the base attack. We've got our errand squad out, and now allied with the crab raiders, searching the pits, scouring the last pieces of unknown land, and that's what we are going to continue tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be back, more Kenshi. Hopefully I'll be here a little earlier and have a little longer stream. And we'll get to explore some more. We're going to look for AI cores. We're going to look to strengthen our team and set up to eventually take on the Ashlands, the Holy Nation, and the United Cities. So we've got some exciting things in front of us. Real quick, if you are on the YouTube and you enjoyed the stream today, please do consider leaving a like on the stream. It lets YouTube know I did a good job and more people should see it. As well, if you're not subscribed over on the YouTube, we are pushing towards YouTube Partner. I just put out a new Kenshi video on the channel today. I have gameplay videos for other games coming, as well, of course, streams and things like that you all get notified if you do subscribe on YouTube. So thank you for your time listening to that. We're going to say outpost. Surely I'll remember what that means tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for being here. Had a Rarity and Rain and Zartrin and everybody. Thank you all for hanging out. And YouTube, I want to thank you for joining us today, whether you caught us live or caught the VOD. I sure appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. As a reminder, if you're newer to the series and not caught up, I am editing abridged versions down. You can find those on the main channel to get caught up a little quicker. Those are edited just to the important points and highlights. And you can see the whole series of VODs, of which this is now stream 43. So we have 200 hours of Kenshi VODs for your enjoyment if you'd like to see the whole process of my first blind playthrough. Aside from that, YouTube, thank you for being here. And until we catch you again, please take care of yourselves.